And I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I want to thank everybody for helping me with my watch hours. I am very closer than I've ever been at this time, 7 p.m. on July 21st, 2020. I am 227 watch hours away. So I think I can get there before August, which is amazing. But I have all of you to thank. So thank you for helping me get there. Let's check the chat. Let's see. Welcome into the Sure Not 60, today's champion. First in the chat, hello to you, Stevie Lee. Welcome, good to see you. Disney Nerd Herders, get ready for it. Nerds! I tried to turn that down a little bit so it wasn't quite so loud, but I've got to work on a new sound altogether, one that's not so jarring, perhaps. Laura B, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Youper Wisdom Videos, Bridget and Jason, thank you so much for tuning in. Caitlin is here. Make It Blue, a Disney adventure. D&G Explorers. Thanks, guys. And the DoPhilly crew is here. Thank you so much for being here on this Tuesday afternoon. Today, I just wanted to have a kind of a relaxing show. Tell you what I've been watching here, not necessarily Disney Plus. And then I want recommendations from you on what I should be watching. So let's get into it. We've been watching movies here and there. I may have mentioned some of these already, but I don't really remember talking about them. So let me get to the first one. We watched the movie 1917, maybe a bit late to the party on this, but it's a war movie, takes place World War I, British soldiers, shoulders with shoulders, I don't know. But what's unique about this movie is it was made, if you're not familiar, it was made to look like it was done in just a few really long, uninterrupted shots. It wasn't. I mean, they were long shots, but I think the entire movie was made with maybe a dozen shots, but made to look like it was only 2 or 3. So the choreography, the staging that went into this movie was quite impressive. Watched a bit about the making of that movie, and it took them a long time, months and months, and they had practical effects they had to concern themselves with. Not a lot of CG as far as explosions go, although there was a good deal of that. Watching the making of it, there was a lot of enhancing of the setting, the background, and I don't know if I'm good. I don't want to get too much in the weeds about that, but what was remarkable was how they made it look like it was one or just a few continuous, really long shots. Caitlin says, I need to watch High School Musical. Just saying. Let me get into that. I have been making, I made a list of, where is it? Let me show you the list. It's, well, no, I can't think of where the list is. Oh, I didn't write it down. Is it, okay, hang on. I might have it here. No, that wasn't it. No. Oh, I'm close. There it is. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Noah, welcome in. Good to see you. Sherry, awesome sunsets travel. Ninja watching. I appreciate it. And Walt is here. Walt's on after me, everybody. Okay, so back to Squirrel. Back to this. Many shows ago, I made a list of 15 movies or so that I haven't seen yet. These are Disney movies. And I've been watching them and checking them off the list. The yellow ones, I don't know if you can tell which are yellow and which are white, are the ones I've seen. So on this list, the ones I haven't seen yet are Old Yeller, Treasure Planet, and Muppet Treasure Island. Now, Muppet Treasure Island and Treasure Planet will be the next two that I watch, I think. But I also have High School Musical on here. I made note that I never saw any of the High School Musical movies. Well, that's in Caitlin's wheelhouse, so she's imploring me to watch it. And I said, well, I wasn't really interested in it. But if she'll join me on a show where we can talk about it and she can tell me what she thinks is so wonderful about it, okay, I'll watch it. So I think we might do that. I'm going to have Caitlin on a show in the future. And then when I do watch some of the movies, D&G Explorers, they join me on a Saturday to talk about it because they'll watch it too, and then we'll discuss it. And if things require making fun of, I'll make fun of it. Walt says, what time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation. Now, I know that song because at my school, I would always play that the last day of the year or the last time we have a morning show because I produce the school's morning show, being the television production teacher. Bob and Ashley, welcome in. So I know that song and I know that video, but is that from the second movie? I think that might be High School Musical 2. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I will watch the first High School Musical movie and would love to have Caitlin on to talk about it. So that will be coming up in the future. So thank you, Walt. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. 1917. So I watched this. Has anybody else seen this? It was really good. I enjoyed this more than I thought I might, just because it's World War I, but it seems almost foolish to say this on a movie that tries to make believe it's one long shot, but it never stopped moving. It always, there was always action. I've got to watch all 3 High School Musicals. Can't make that promise just yet, but wasn't alive in 1917. Okay, no, I didn't. That's not the release date. Okay, I'm going to imagine you know that. Yeah, so it didn't really lag, and I was super impressed with the staging of it, the blocking, the choreography, like I said. Okay, so that's that. 1917, I can recommend that. Next movie I watched. I don't know why I had trouble thinking of the movies I've seen lately, but I did see this one. This is a Netflix release. Came out a few weeks ago. This is Spike Lee's Da 5 Bloods. This, another war movie. Kinda. You see the war in flashbacks, but that's T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, and Delroy Lindo is in the movie, and I do not know this gentleman's name. But the gist of the movie is 4 army buddies go back to Vietnam to retrieve gold that they buried there back in the 60s. So modern times, it takes place It's a contemporary movie. So in 2020, they make plans to go to Vietnam to retrieve the gold that they buried and the remains of their friend who is played by Chadwick Boseman in flashbacks. So, and again, it's a Spike Lee movie, and he's a very skilled director, very artistic in his direction. He'll throw things in there that are really, for lack of a better word, cool. He does some cool things. This movie was a little bit different than I expected. I thought it was going to be more dramatic and less action-packed, but it was action-packed. Not only with the flashbacks going back to the war, but even the modern stuff is quite action-packed. And now, I didn't like this movie as much as I liked Spike Lee's previous movie, Black Klansman. I thought that was incredible. I thought that was a great movie, maybe his best ever. He won an Academy Award for writing for that movie. And where that movie excelled, this one doesn't. The writing is the problem with this movie, in my opinion. I'm glad I watched it, and it was okay. It was all right, but I've seen better Spike Lee films. D&G, not favorite director. I like the way he edits in references to what the characters are talking about. Just like out of nowhere, it's this B-roll that he throws in. Let's say a character's talking about. No, I'm trying to think of an example in the movie. Like they talk about Crispus Attucks. That's the first one I thought of. Crispus Attucks, for you history buffs, is the first American to die in the American Revolution, the Revolutionary War. He was an African-American gentleman, and they made reference to him in the movie, and Spike Lee then shows a couple of images of Crispus Attucks and the Boston Massacre, because that's where he died. But so just little things like that. He made some interesting editing choices with audio, and also every time when the Five Bloods, and that was what they called themselves, they were meeting each other in an airport, and when they saw each other and they hugged, Spike Lee would then switch to another camera angle, and you'd see the same hug again. And I don't know what the artistic reason for that was, but it was deliberate because it happened every time. And he's, I know it's not an error, an editing error, because he's better than that. So can I recommend this? I kinda. Sure. Yeah. Not wholeheartedly, but yeah. It was all right. Let's move on. Next, I watched Hamilton. The first time, and this is available on Disney Plus, as you may know. The first time, man, is it getting... Oh, it's starting to rain. Sorry, squirrel. The first time I saw Hamilton, I liked it. Yeah. I wasn't very familiar with many of the songs. I knew the first song, I guess, called Alexander Hamilton. I'm guessing that's what it's called. But not many of the other songs. So when I watched it, I enjoyed it, but they didn't immediately. I didn't get a lot of earworms from this. There weren't a lot of songs that stuck in my head, folks. If I lose you, or if you lose me, it's because my power went out because there's a storm. So that's it. But I'll try to be back as quickly as I can. What is Caitlin saying? Netflix for me has issues with captioning. Caitlin is hard of hearing. One can be excellent, and the next is horrible. Have to be careful what I watch. That's interesting. You would think it's all uniform and the same. I guess not. Bob and Ashley have watched it twice and downloaded the soundtrack. We haven't downloaded the soundtrack, but I will say this. We've watched it more than once now. We watched it again. One thing we like to do with our daughter is play things with lots of music in there. So I thought, well, Hamilton fills that really well. We've watched the Disney sing-alongs, both the first one and the second one, multiple times. It was on again today in our house. But you'll be back. I'll be back. Yes, I got it. What was I saying? Oh, so anyway, so we played it for our daughter. So I was watching it again. And then as I'm watching it again, I'm realizing, oh, I did like that song. Oh, that's another one. I remember that song. I like that one. It was a surprise to me that King George was played by Kristoff from the Frozen movies. I didn't know that. I know it now. And he has, he's the main comic relief in the play. His songs were quite enjoyable. I guess song. It was the same song repeated with different lyrics. But right now, the greatest city in the world, that's stuck in my head. Look around, look around. I'll stop. I won't sing. But yeah, the more I watched it, the more I appreciated it and the more I liked it. I did end up watching some videos about Hamilton. So I got a little more insight into the set, for example, the blocking and the staging of that play as well. Got to know more the performers better. Downscale, welcome in. So I listened to David Bowie and then Jim is live. There are no coincidences. When I was in high school and when I was thinner, I was told multiple times I looked like a young David Bowie. So I don't know if you're currently telling me I look like David Bowie. I no longer look like David Bowie. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so Peggy, it was also enjoyable to learn about Alexander Hamilton. I have a teacher at my school who claims she's related. So anyway, can I recommend Hamilton? Yeah, I can. I enjoyed Hamilton quite a bit, and I'm so glad because I'd never be able to see this on at the stage, on the stage, at the theater. You know what I'm talking about. So there's that. What else? Okay. This may be my favorite movie that I've seen lately at home during my staycation. This is available on Hulu. It stars Andy Samberg, and it's called Palm Springs. And I wasn't quite sure what it was about when we started watching it. I assumed it was a comedy, and it is. It also stars Kristen Milotti, who you may know as the mother from How I Met Your Mother. Like she was on the last episode of that show, I guess. But she is I guess she's a singer, like stage performer, but she didn't sing in this movie. Anyway, Chris Rybeck, welcome. So anyway, what this movie's about is, well, I don't want to, let's see. It's kind of like Groundhog Day, where Andy Samberg lives the same day over and over and over, and you can't escape. What makes this different than Groundhog Day is that Kristen Milioti's character gets dragged into it too. So she's reliving the same day, and they're reliving it together. So that's very interesting. And it takes place on a day where they go to Palm Springs for a wedding. And the movie starts out where they don't know each other. And then they get to know each other, of course, over the course of many, many days. Dean, welcome in. Melissa, thank you so much for being here. And my sister is here. Thank you for being here. Alex Brunner has a channel name change. Making Movies with Alex Brunner. That's awesome. Stop motion. Check out Alex Brunner. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed to me, do that too. Let me get back on track here. So Palm Springs also stars somebody from Riverdale. I don't know anybody from that show. And J.K. Simmons, who is solid in everything that he does. So he is also in this film. And like I said, this may be my favorite movie of the ones we've watched in the past couple of months. It was a pleasant surprise. It was not what I thought it was going to be. I had no idea there was a Groundhog Day-ish theme or storyline to it. But it's certainly, you know, I guess it borrows from Groundhog Day, but it is a completely different, kind of a different movie. I'll leave it at that. But that was enjoyable, very enjoyable, and I can recommend that highly. Okay, so now, has anybody else seen this movie? Because not everybody has Hulu, I guess. Does anybody have the Disney Plus Hulu ESPN Plus package? I do not, but I have Hulu and Disney Plus. Good news, the rain has let up and I don't hear thunder, so that's good. Hello, Mom. What movie? This movie right here, Palm Springs. It's on Hulu. Did I see Greyhound? No, Bob. And I know of this because I was listening to an interview with Tom Hanks. Greyhound is a movie starring Tom Hanks, and I believe it's available on Apple TV Plus, which I do not have. But I suppose, and I'm guessing, I don't even know, I can get a 7-day trial for Apple TV Plus. I don't know. But if I can, I'd be interested in watching it because he was describing it and it sounded interesting. I've got 3 people in the chat that are at different ball games. All right. Disney Nerd Herders. Nerds! They do not have Apple TV Plus either. Oh well. But yeah, hopefully they have a free trial. I would enjoy that very much. So if you haven't seen this, and it looks like none of you have seen Palm Springs, try to check that out. Now, binge watching. Mr. Fulton Mraz, welcome to the show. I don't know if I've really done a lot of binge watching, but I'll tell you. But I'm currently, I guess, binge watching something right now, and it's this. And I actually need recommendations from you guys. Tell me what I need to binge watch. I'll tell you about this. If you're not familiar with this show, it's currently on Netflix. And it's called Schitt's Creek. It stars Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Dan Levy, who's Eugene Levy's son, and they co-created it. It's a Canadian production. Actually, Eugene Levy's daughter is also in the show, but that's not her. Chris Elliott is in it. The story is of this family, the Roses, and they were wealthy at one time. They lost their fortune. They are forced to live in this motel in Schitt's Creek, and comedy ensues. So I'm near the end of season 2, and so far so good. We are enjoying this. You may know the Disney connection, Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara. They are the new voices of Canada Far and Wide, the 360 movie in the Canada Pavilion at Epcot. Let's see here. You need to watch Dickinson on Apple TV Plus 2. Oh, it has Haley Steinfeld from Pitch Perfect and the remake of True Grit, the Coen Brothers True Grit. Yes. Okay. Dickinson. What's that about? Let me know. Let's see. Binge watch Darkwing Duck. I have never seen Darkwing Duck. I am interested, though. Okay. I should probably write these down. Dickinson. Now, I've heard of Darkwing Duck. What's this? Warrior Nun. Wait a minute. Have I seen a preview for that? Warrior Nun and Cursed. I'm guessing those are two different shows. All right. And Cursed. All right. You know, early on in the staycation, I saw Tiger King like most of us did. Didn't love it. I thought that could have been one episode. They really dragged that one out. Anyway. 13 Reasons Why. What's that about? 13 Reasons Why. Mama Explorer, welcome. Let's see. Mr. Fulton Mraz, I believe, is now 21 years old. I had my first drink of a peanut butter dark chocolate martini. Man, that sounds good. And happy birthday to you. We love horrible histories. Horrible. I have heard of that. I've heard you talk about that. Every time I write on the desk, I shake my camera. Sorry. Agreed, downscale. Eugene Levy is a national treasure for Canada. Okay. What's this? Switched at Birth. I've heard of that. So good. And has Marlee Matlin, Oscar-winning deaf actress. That's right. Also, who else is in that? Somebody else I didn't... Is Jonathan Groff, King George? Was that the show he was on? Or who else was in that show? Oh, well. I can't recall. Let's see. Alex Brunner. Even Stevens. Is that the... who's the actor? Yes. Holes. That kid. Who was that? Disney Dan, welcome to the show. Even Stevens. That's what's that kid's name? He was in the Sia video. He I don't recall. I can't think of that guy's name. Witcher was another one. Dan, I'm looking for binge watchable shows. Oh, Witcher is that the one with Superman? The guy that plays Superman? I think it is. Or no, is that's Jason Momoa. It's one of those two guys. All right. Where can I find that? I guess I'll look it up. Dickinson's about Emily Dickinson. No way. I've never heard of that, but I'm interested. Jim Cummings, who I've heard of, and I actually know of him, is a prolific Disney voice actor, and he said his favorite voice to ever have done was Darkwing. No way. I love me some voice actors. Avatar, The Last Airbender. Really? Avatar, TLA for short. All right. These are all appreciated. Thank you. Dan says Stranger Things. Got it. Caught up. Done that. Game of Thrones. I haven't done. I saw the very first episode many years ago. But that'll always be there for me. Doctor Who. Now, this may be a silly question, but if I'm going to get into Doctor Who, do I have to start with episode 1 from the 1960s? Or can I jump in anywhere? I don't know. That's an honest question. And Sherlock, and that is Benedict Cumberbatch, correct? Sherlock? I am familiar. Okay, good to know. Sherlock. And you'll have to let me know about Doctor Who and Game of Thrones. GOT. All right. Thank you for that. Let's see. 15 reasons why you have to watch Jim. I don't know if that's the name of a movie or you're incorporating me into the name of a movie or show. I don't know. Let's see. Disney Dan is agreeing with Horrible Histories. Okay. We have watched a lot of Drunk History. Is that similar? Because those are enjoyable. Those are funny. Black Books is a funny series. Really? Black. I appreciate all these suggestions. Kate Atwood, welcome to you. And Donna Fallon, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And Mike Wheeler, welcome to you. All right. The Witcher is with Henry Cavill. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I knew it was one of them. So Jason Momoa is on a Disney, no, not Disney, Apple TV Plus series. And I was getting that confused. Shia LaBeouf, thank you so much, everybody. Mr. Fett, welcome to the show. Shia LaBeouf. That's Even Stevens, right? Okay. I am way far behind. Ryan McDowell, good to see you. Welcome in. Yes, absolutely. So far, so good. I'm at the end of season 2 and enjoying it. Let's see. Let's see here. Trying to catch up. Sorry, everybody. Cynthia, welcome. Thank you so much for popping in. All right. Sherlock is easily watchable. It's 12 episodes spread across 4 seasons. Oh, there's only 12 episodes. But are they movie length? Are they longer episodes than your normal television serial? It's incredible. Martin Freeman also in it. That's right. I knew that. James Ryan, welcome in. Talking about Bingeable shows. Claudius. Is that the old show, or has there been a new reboot of that? I know of that. Thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Oh, it's 7:35. I got to get to my top 15 list. Watch Doctor Who from 2005. All right. Doctor Who 2005. Got it. Good to know. And is that the one with the Guardians? Karen Gillan. Is that her year? Oh, well, I'll find out. Because I know she's in it. Disney nerd herders are saying the same thing. Start with season 9. But season 4 was awesome too. What's wrong with... I guess I'll take your word for it. Okay. Caitlin is updating me. Lucas Grabeel from High School Musical is in Switched at Birth. That's who I was thinking of. Thank you so much for setting me straight there. Jennifer Jones, welcome in. Ryan, no, where I just mentioned that's the show I'm currently binging. That's what's going on here. Black Mirror. I just heard about an episode of this because Kristen Milotti, who's in the movie Palm Springs that I talked about earlier, is in an episode of Black Mirror. I just found that out today. Okay, so that's another good one. Black Mirror. But that's like a Twilight Zone-ish thing, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it more like American Horror Story? I don't know. I'll find out, I guess. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for the suggestions. Captain Akron, welcome in. I have to pay for Witcher. Okay. Oh, I'll wait. I can wait. But Ryan liked The Witcher. Okay. Good to know. All right. Alex Brenner like Sherlock. Dan says they're about an hour and a half an episode. Okay. That's doable. Love the background. I don't have my headphones and I totally forgot I had that going. I'm glad you like it. Downton Abbey. My wife watched that. And I understand a movie has been released as well. I know of Downton Abbey, and people that watch it love it. Let's see. The Great. On Hulu? What's The Great? I'll look it up. Thank you. Let's move on. It is 7:38, and you're going to start Darkwing Duck, and then you're going to be like, oh wait, I wrote other things down 2 months later. Yeah, I wrote a lot down, but I thank you for the suggestions. It's good to know what you guys enjoy. Yes, I've got my days planned out for me now. I'll figure out about that. Okay, so top 15 list time. So let's get into this. A couple of years ago, I made a video with my son. We went to the Magic Kingdom, and we went looking for all of the dogs, domesticated dogs that we could find in the Magic Kingdom. Not people bringing their dogs in, but the dogs they have in the park. So today's list is going to be my top 15 dogs of the Magic Kingdom, and I'll show you what we're talking about. Now, in my video, actually on this list, I have a couple more than I had in the video. So there were a couple I missed. So here they are. Let's go. Number 15, and this is in no real particular order, really. Number 15, inside Tony's Town Square Ristorante, right there at the front of the park, Main Street, USA. There is a Lady and the Tramp theme going on there. They've got this fountain featuring Lady and the Tramp. They've got about 1 million pictures hanging on the wall of all of the dogs from the movie. You cannot escape all of the dogs in there. So number 15 is everything in that restaurant. In the lobby of the restaurant, they even have pictures of Lady and the Tramp and the other characters from that movie. If you've, and I've never eaten there, I'll be honest, but I know I've stuck my head in there when we made the video to get some images of some of the pictures and such. I actually didn't see this when I was there. So that was new to me when I made my little list here. Dreamer Deborah, welcome in. What's this? Outlander on Netflix. I know of that. Or The Last Kingdom. Now, is Outlander, is that kind of romance novel-ish? Let me know. Thank you for the suggestion, Outlander. Oh, I don't know what that means. Tony's is all right, not my top 10 restaurants. Dan would know, and I would. I've actually heard not many good things about Tony's. So, thank you, G&G, for that request. Yes, so close to monetization. When this show started, I was 227 hours away. So like 93% of the way there, almost there, and anticipate getting there before the month is out. Michelle the Quilter, welcome in. Exactly, Melissa. I'm not looking forward. Although I understand they got a new chef and maybe it got a little bit better, but still there's so much else to experience there. I don't need something that might be iffy. Oh, let's move on. Number 14 of my, let me, I had a banner for this just so when people are coming in, they'd know what I was doing. Okay. Number 14. Goofy is everywhere, but nowhere more than in the Barnstormer, the little kitty roller coaster. Now, he's right there at the entrance to the ride. There's also a giant billboard of him that they made look like the roller coaster crashes through, or your airplane rather, because it's got that aviator theme to it. But when my son and we made our video, we didn't include Goofy. It seemed too easy. We were looking for the domesticated dog images that weren't Goofy. Do Philly Crew also not impressed with Tony's? I don't know. Number 13 on my list of dogs. It's a Small World has a few dogs in it. One is a dingo. A couple are hyenas, if you want to consider them dogs. But here, right at the beginning of the ride of It's a Small World, we're at the foot of the Eiffel Tower. We have some, I think they're called Can-Can girls. And they also have these French poodles here. There's a couple of them, I think. But to none of them are you closer than you are to this pink one here. I think there's some that are hanging on a trapeze above. They're hanging from the ceiling. But this is the one you can see most easily. So, and this is in our video. And I've got the link to our video, if you're interested, in the description of this live stream. So, let's see. Is a dingo a dog? I thought a dingo was a dingo. Can they be domesticated? If so, okay, gotcha. That's a reference. I'm going to move on. I'm going to pretend I know what you're talking about. Let's see. And we've got a car alarm. going on. I don't know if you can hear that or if my awesome music is drowning it out. Cool. Let's move on. Number 12 on my list of dogs in the Magic Kingdom. This is one that is not in our video, and I didn't actually even know about it because I've never played Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. But apparently, there are 70 cards for that game that are available. And on card number 24, you get Bolt, which is a movie I have not seen. But and I actually don't know how this works because I've never done it. Or do you start out with a random pack of cards, like 5 cards that you start with, and then as you continue on your quest, you get more cards? Do you have to buy more cards? I don't know. I guess I'm not truly interested because I'm never going to do it. But I'm kind of interested in the similar pirate adventure over in Adventureland. But Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom just seems like a lot. And it's you get the window displays and you've got something perhaps you know what this is. I've never seen the movie Bolt, but there is a Bolt presence in the Magic Kingdom, and it's on a Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card. How about that? Jennifer Jones, 1 vote for Bolt. 70 cards. That's what I read. I don't know for sure. Oh, here we go. Caitlin's telling me, former cast member, you get a pack of 5 cards, and you can get a new pack every day and add more. They have special cards for Halloween party and Christmas party. Okay, I did see some Christmas party cards when I was looking for this image. All right, thank you. Number 11 on my list of dogs in the Magic Kingdom. In Peter Pan's Flight, there are multiple occurrences of Nana, the family dog. This one is found in the queue. And there are actually a couple of images of Nana in the queue. There's another like wooden cutout in the queue as well. And then on the ride itself, you see Nana right at the very beginning. And she's almost directly under you, sitting by her doghouse as you fly, as Peter Pan says, "Here we go!" And then you fly right over Nana, and it's kind of difficult to get a good picture because that's the one I wanted to show. I couldn't find a great picture of it. In the video I had of it, it's so dark in there. Anyway, so I found this one online. And so there's at least 3 images of Nana in Peter Pan's Flight. That one is. And we show them all in our video. So, yes. Number 10 on my list of dogs in the Magic Kingdom. This is a classic dog. And there are multiple dogs in the Haunted Mansion, but the one I chose to highlight is the caretaker's dog in the graveyard scene. Now, why he's so emaciated, I don't know. I'm guessing the caretaker is too afraid to feed him. I don't know how that works. I don't know the dynamic there. But there's later on in the graveyard scene, there is a skeleton dog, and there's also a dog that looks a lot like this dog. I don't know if it's supposed to be the same dog, but it's over by a casket that a mummy sits up in. So, multiple instances of dogs in the Haunted Mansion. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, thanks, Bob. There's the other one of Nana. That's the one I'm talking about, the wooden cutout. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Moving on. Top 10. So Haunted Mansion. I guess this is still part of the Haunted Mansion. not part of the ride. I guess it's part of the queue. The pet cemetery. When you exit the Haunted Mansion, there is a pet cemetery. And in the pet cemetery are two images of dogs. One is a poodle and one is that one. And you can also see Mr. Toad right there in the pet cemetery. But this one's holding a basket in its mouth. I don't know the stories behind these dogs. So if you add these to the other 3 dogs inside the ride, that's 5 dogs in the Haunted Mansion. Who would have thought? There are lots of cats in there too. Maybe more cats. No. Somebody collects baseball cards. I used to. I think the last time I did, I think the 1981 season, because I did it when I was a kid. I think I have most of the Topps 1981 season. All right, I'm getting distracted. Number 8 on my list of dogs that you can find in the Magic Kingdom. Pluto. Pluto's everywhere, of course. Plushes, T-shirts, hats. There's a meet and greet for Pluto. Sometimes you can just see him walking around. You can see him walking around Epcot too, but going to his meet and greet there. But again, this is one we did not showcase in our video just because it was a waste of time. It's you know of Pluto, he's in the Magic Kingdom, so we didn't feel the need to showcase him in our video. But here he is. You can absolutely see him in there. Now, again, my list is not worst to best or anything like that. No particular order, really. So Pluto is just on the list. Number 7 on my list. Here we go. You can see this guy 2 different places. This is part of Space Mountain, not in the ride itself, but used to be when you exited, and I don't remember if it's like this anymore, but there was a robot dog. So when you're on the moving walkway exiting Space Mountain, you would pass by like a robot butler in a living room, like a space Mars dining room, whatever. But there was also this robot dog. So you can see him as you're exiting Space Mountain. You can also see the robot dog on the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. So when you're going through Space Mountain, you can look over the edge and you can see that scene right there. Robot dog. Yeah. Ben from Pepper Tree Villa is here. Welcome in. They're still talking about baseball cards. Yes, I had boxes of baseball cards from like 1977 to 81. I was quite young, but I would collect baseball cards. And one of those seasons is, I think I'm 2 cards shy. I was 2 cards shy of having the complete set. I said season. That didn't make sense. Let's move on. Big Disney fan, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I'm counting down the dogs that you can find in the Magic Kingdom. Here's number 6. When you're on the riverboat, the Liberty Bell, going around the rivers of America, going around Tom Sawyer Island there, you come across this fisherman. And in his rowboat, you can find a dog who at one time would watch a fish jumping in the water, like just quickly. You never got a great look at that fish, but you could kind of tell. So it's an animatronic of a fish jumping there, and the dog is watching that. So next time you're on the Liberty Bell, pay attention to this guy's boat, and you'll see that dog. Now, I don't believe they have the fish doing that anymore. For one reason or another, I don't know. But the last, I think 2 times I was on the Liberty Bell, that fish wasn't jumping. And I was paying attention because I made this video. I showcased this particular part in our dog video. Also, in the scene where there is an Indian camp where they have teepees set up in a couple of canoes by the shore, by the river. There are two canoes that are upside down, and there's a small boy on one of those. And at one time there was a dog on there, but that dog is no longer on that canoe. But at one time there was a dog there as well. But I've got one, Deborah. I've got a dog. I think it's number one on my list that I was pretty proud of finding, and it was on my video. So, because you can look up dogs in the Magic Kingdom, and other people, at least one other person, has kind of documented what they have found. But I found one I never saw on any list or anything. Not that there are a ton of lists for this out there, but let's move on. Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Is there a dog hiding there? If you're talking about this dog, yes. But I don't... no. We found everybody? All right, good. Let's go to number 5 on my list. Okay, this is Pete's over in... what's that area called? The Storybook Circus. Why was I doing this? Storybook Circus had Pete's Silly... let me start over. Pete's Silly Sideshow. And it's a tent, and inside there they have a couple of meet and greets, which is another dog. And another one is Minnie Mouse. And in there, the meet and greet, the set behind Minnie is this display of the different dogs. Like, these are trained dogs that apparently she has for her circus act. It's a relaxation station now. Interesting. Good to know. So you won't find this there, but what you will see is, I think, on the outside of Pete's Silly Sideshow is a poster with Minnie and a poodle jumping through a hoop. So there is still an image of a dog over in Storybook Circus there. That is not Goofy. It's this. So, yeah. Number 4 on my list of dogs in the Magic Kingdom. Carousel of Progress. This is Rover, and you actually see him at 4 different times during the show. This was the first... No. This was the second dog we showed in our video. The first one was Tony's Town Square, I believe. Yeah, if I remember correctly. So, yes, one of the more famous dogs there. His name is Rover. Throughout the century. And he's there in the very first scene, and he's there in the very last scene where they're celebrating Christmas and they burn the turkey. There he is. Number 3 on my list of dogs you can find in the Magic Kingdom. And this is one we missed this in our video, but here it is. In the firehouse, where you can get your Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards, where you can get started with your map, whatever they give you. I don't know. Never did it. But they have a penny press machine in there. And the pennies at the time I paid attention were 3 different pennies featuring Dalmatians. So we ended up we made a video where we looked at, we found all the penny press machines on Main Street. And the one we got is the angry dog right there. So this one. That's this one. Also, other dog penny press machines or other dog offerings. I just dropped it. Is that one? That's Goofy. Come on. Trust me. And what else? Let's see. I can focus in. Where is it? There we go. This is Lady and the Tramp. And that's from a penny press machine in Tony's Town Square. Now that I remembered where I can adjust my focus. Here's Goofy. All right. Okay, that's it. All right. So that's number 3 on my list. Number 2, maybe the most famous dog in the Magic Kingdom. This is the dog holding the keys from the pirate prisoners in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. There are, I believe, 3 dogs on the ride. The other 2 are one dog is looking at a barrel that Jack Sparrow is popping out of as a chubby drunk pirate is telling you about Jack Sparrow he needs this map or whatever he's saying. I don't even remember. But so that's kind of early on in the ride. And there's a dog there. And the other dog I can remember is in the pillaging scene where the village, the port city is on fire, and they're all singing "Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me." The 3 guys that are singing by a mule, and one of them has an instrument, a guitar, or a lute, or I don't know what it is. But there is a dog looking up at them, and you can actually hear that one bark at times. So those are the 3 dogs I remember from Pirates of the Caribbean. So that's number 1. Now, number 1, that's number 2. Number 1 on my list is in the castle itself, part of the mosaic. And this is one we found. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Can I go wrong way? Wrong way. Okay, so there we go. In the mosaic, here, this is the end of the mosaic here. Out that door is the front of the park. So the hub is that way, and if you go that way, you're heading toward the carousel. So at the if you're entering the castle from the front, you will see this dog. He's right there, and he looks like that on the mosaic. Hey, everybody. On the mosaic in the castle. And when we looked, we entered from the back, from Fantasyland. And we were looking, we were looking up and down the mosaic, trying to find, and wouldn't you know, the very last tiles of the mosaic are that of a dog. So, yeah. Number 1. So that's my top 15 dog list. And we were pretty proud to find that one on our own without any, or because we had never seen it before. So that's it. Everybody, I want to thank Dean from the Live Place. He was in here earlier. TheLivePlace.com is your TV guide for family-friendly live streams. Disney, yes. Other stuff, yes. He's got it. So check out TheLivePlace.com. Right now on Mouse Talk, it's Melissa and Walt. Disanity is their Tuesday evening show. Started at 8 o'clock. I encourage everybody to go there. Tell them it's a Sunshine Nation invasion. Thank you. After that, 9 p.m., the Viapre Project. Their show on Tuesday nights is called Hangouts, 9 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, Disney Nerd Herders, wait for it. Nerds! Their Wednesday night live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by D&G Explorers. 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Eastern. They're on the West Coast. So, Rob Fuzz, Fridays at 4 p.m. It's either Pub Talk or Frankie Friday, but he's been a fantastic supporter of my channel, so I appreciate that. We've got Bob and Ashley on Sundays at 7 p.m. They are going back to the parks now when they can. They were just there actually because they were going from the parks. I think they went on a bit earlier than 7 p.m. So just keep an eye and an ear out for the Bob and Ashley live stream on Sundays. You'll be glad you did. Okay. Pepper Tree Villa, Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's a bit later because they're on the West Coast. So, yeah, check them out as well. So, everybody, if I can remind you to, let's all go on over to Mouse Talk. It's a Sunshine Nation invasion. Thank you so much, everybody, for playing my playlists. And, Bob and Ashley are going to do something on Saturday from Hollywood Studios. That will be awesome. The most popular of the parks now. That's what I hear. Anyway, yes, let's go to Mouse Talk. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to my channel and playing my playlist. I am closer than I've ever been for getting monetized. So almost there. So your continued help is appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you, Downscale. Somebody else mentioned they were running my playlist earlier. Thank you for that. All right, bye everybody. Let's go over to Mouse Talk. See you over there. All right, where's my cursor? Ending broadcast. Bye bye everybody. Thank you.